welcome to the November 10th episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Karesha Graham. Tuesday, November 8th was election night all across America in Massachusetts. The projected winner for governor is Democrat Maura Healey. She will be the first openly gay governor in the U.S. for U.S. House and State Senate. It is that the Democratic Party is a winner. An investigation was launched by North Adams Police after a relative reported Doris Cody dead in her home on Tuesday, November 1st, right across from MCLA. In the wake of an investigation, police arrested Kelsey Cody in the death of Doris Cody, 74. A murder charge, assault with intent to murder, and evidence destruction charges will be filed against Kelsey Cody in the Northern Berkshire District Court on Monday. This past weekend, MCLA hosted their first fall open house of the year. BWN Reporter Sarah Tomczyk attended the open house and discovered new changes from last year's event.
This past Saturday, MCLA Admissions hosted their first open house for the fall semester. I, Sarah Tomczyk, attended the event to see the changes that were from last year. Every fall semester, MCLA Admissions hosts an open house for potential students to explore and learn more about the college. Executive Director of Student Persistence, Kayla Hollins, elaborates the true meaning of an open house.
So open house is an opportunity for prospective students and their families to come visit MCLA, learn a little bit more about us, about the Berkshires and North Adams, and see if it's a good fit for them to get them to apply as a school for them to come to.
The open house started at 10:30 a.m. with info sessions. Potential students and their families could either listen to 3 topics that included the academic panel, student life panel, or admissions and financial aid panel. After these info sessions, the guests were treated to lunch, provided by the dining hall. Following lunch, the guests could explore the academic and activities resource fair. At this fair, all departments, clubs, sports, and etc. were there to represent themselves and promote themselves to potential students. After lunch, the guests would attend an academic breakout session where they choose a major of their choice to learn more about. This was followed by a campus tour. Even though this sounds like an average open house, it was not. Admissions counselor David Payne explains how the open house was different compared to past open houses.
Well, one way is this right here. We got a beautiful 70-degree day right now, so we have an outdoor resource fair and lunch, which is different than past years when it's usually in the gym. So pretty nice that we get to enjoy this fall day here.
With these new changes, potential students gave their opinions about how their experience with this open house was.
It's been great. I really enjoyed the outline of this open house. It's been honestly different than a lot of the others because we were able to go down the schedule. A lot of the other places have you pick and choose which one you're going to go to, but here we got to see everything so far.
Definitely been different in the fact that I feel like a lot of times it would start with like the campus tour, but this one started with like the info session and stuff like that. So I would say that's like one big main difference. There's a lot of more people at like this open house than there have been at other ones I've been to.
In the future, there will be more open houses for the school to host. Soon, there will be acceptance students days for students who have been accepted to MCLA. And that was all the recent news about the open house. For Beacon Web News, this is Sarah Tomczyk.
Women's basketball game won their first scrimmage of the season against Leslie. On Tuesday the 8th, the final score was 73-60, with senior Brooke DeGennaro and first-year Z. Lee Ramos both scoring 24 points. Coming up this week for the women's basketball team, they will be playing 2 games on the weekend. On Saturday the 12th, the Trailblazers play against Elms Home at noon. The next day, the team plays against University of Maine at Presque Isle to play a match at noon. This past Tuesday, the men's basketball team fell short in their last match against Norwich. The score was 76-77 in this match. Years Lee scored his 1,000th point. Coming up this week for the men's basketball team is a Friday match against Plattsburgh at 2 p.m. on the 11th. The following day, the Trailblazers travel to Dartmouth to play at 7 p.m. On Tuesday, the 15th, the team travels to Northern Vermont Johnson to play at 7 p.m. Recently, men's basketball played their first match of the season against SUNY Adirondack. a well-played scrimmage that gave the coaches an idea of how their teams are doing coming into this season. BWN reporter Ryan Powers talked with a couple seniors to see what the vibe of the team is like so far.
Men's basketball is back in action. On October 26th, they had their first match of the season here at MCLA, a scrimmage against SUNY Adirondack. This season is in high hopes, as 11 freshmen have joined the team to make for a roster of 22. Here's an idea for how the team has been feeling so far.
I'm Reese Rossett, I'm a senior and I'm a guard. The vibe of the team has been great. We've had a lot of fun so far, obviously working hard at practice. There's always good energy. It's been fun so far, and we're looking forward to what we got coming. We definitely got a lot of new guys, a lot of freshmen, just a lot of new bodies right now, so everybody's trying to pick up chemistry, and that's definitely one thing that's different from last year. We feel good, we feel optimistic, we feel like we got a lot of potential. We haven't reached it yet, but it's early, and we're confident that we have a high ceiling to reach. I'm going to shout out my man Brian. I really like the energy he's been bringing to practice every day. He's coming off a little injury right now, but he's involved and he's communicating. He's always bringing good energy to practice, so I'm going to shout out Brian.
I'm Dylan Morris-Gray. I'm a guard and I'm a senior. The vibe has been great. We've had a lot of good energy in practice. Everybody's playing super hard. Everyone's loving being there, so it's been great just being around the gym every day. I think we're taking a more patient approach this year. We're really working on building a good chemistry and taking everything day by day and then thinking too far ahead. And I think it's done well for us in our progress so far this year. I'm super excited. I think we got a really good group of guys on the court and off the court. It's been great so far, and I just look forward to building a chemistry with everybody and building as a team, see where we can go. Brian and Mo have both been dealing with injuries so far in the season, but they've been bringing great energy to the team every day and staying engaged. And I look forward to getting them back on the court. I think they'll be a big help as well there, but they've been great leaders in helping the new guys with the plays and all that.
Make sure to go to the MCLA Athletics website to check out both the men's and women's schedules so you don't miss a game. I'm Ryan Powers from BWN.
On November 17, SAC teamed up with the women's basketball team to host a mental health awareness game. The game is to promote mental health awareness and share resources students can use. The Trailblazers will be competing against Utica at 6 p.m. Two players from MCLA's women's soccer team made the All-Mass MoCA team. Senior goalkeeper Jill Courier made the All-Mass MoCA first team, and senior defender Alyssa Porter made the All-Mass MoCA second team. Curious to know if it will still be hot during November? BWN reporter Isabel Mazzola has got you covered with this week's weather update.
Hello, my name is Isabel Mazzola, and this is your weather update. The next couple of days, we will be having the same sunny, usual warm weather. Today, the highest temperature will be 62 degrees with a low of 43 degrees. Even though Fridays will have a high of 66 degrees, there will be some rain in the evening, bringing temperatures down to its low of 54 degrees. The rain will follow into Saturday morning, which will drop the temperature 56 degrees for the day. At night, the temperature will drop significantly to 30 degrees. Unfortunately, the regular November weather will be making its comeback, with having the rest of the week being in the 40s. Sunday is where the weather begins, with having 42 degrees being the highest of the day, with 23 degrees and being the lowest. Monday will be the coldest day of the week, and having the highest and lowest temperature, being dropped by 1 degree from Sunday. Even though it will still be chilly, Tuesday will be the last day of the week that has clear weather. The highest temperature will be 45 degrees, and the lowest will be 25 degrees. Make sure you have your winter jacket to prepare for the next couple of days as snow showers approaches. Wednesday will have a few snow showers in the morning, with a high of 47 degrees at night. Expect a mixture of snow and rain with a low of 26 degrees. Thursday expected the same snowy morning with a high of 46 degrees. During the night, there will be more snow showers with a low of 25 degrees, being the lowest temperatures. That is it for upcoming weather report. For BWN, I'm Isabel Mazzola.
Interested in becoming a writer or creating videos? Join the Beacon today. You can join by signing up for News Practicum or for next semester or joining the club. If interested, email Professor Darren Johnson at at mcla.edu for more information. Want to get hands-on experience with filmmaking? You're in luck because of the Television and Film Society is creating a short film. You can contact Jayla Horton or Edgar Perez to learn more about this application. Applications are open until November 11th. The first premiere of the Tempes took place on Friday, November 4th. I attended the show and got an inside look on what the Tempes was about. The play Tempes by William Shakespeare finally premiered tonight after several weeks of waiting. Students and faculties got to experience actors expressing their emotion through storytelling. The Tempest adaptation takes place in the mid-20s and has a circus theme. The play's director, Tom Truss, talks about his expectations for the performance tonight.
We've been working on this for about 8 weeks now, and I feel great. Where we are is a lot further along than where a lot of productions are at this point. You know, sometimes on opening night there are things that haven't happened or you haven't had a chance to run the whole show, and actually we've had a chance to run the whole show for quite a few times, and so what we're ready for now is an audience, and we're at the perfect timing because we're going to get one.
In the beginning, stage director Aidan McInnes wasn't sure the play would succeed. Putting on a good show requires the actors to practice every single day.
I mean, from where we started at the first table read, I did not imagine that it could become what it was. I mean, like, I think what really hits me is, I want to say scene 8 or scene 9, Caitlin, who plays the main character Prospero, Caitlin Falzone, that is. She has this big monologue, and it just, it gets me. And I've heard it like 100 times. And so, I don't know, like for the first read through, you just would never get that. And I think that's theater.
Not only did students like the customization and lightning effects of the play, but also the storyline.
I thought the play was actually really well. The lights and the costumes brought everything to life.
A number of students and family members came out to show their support. But remember, if you missed tonight's play, you can catch it on the 5th, the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. This is BWN. I'm Karesha Graham. Having trouble deciding what to do with your Veterans Weekend? A self-defense series is being held by the Gender and Sexuality Center from November 11 to November 12 at 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and on November 13 from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Those interested in self-defense can learn a few tactics in the Venable Gym. A Sundays with Seniors event will be held in Mark Hopkins, room 107 from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Thursday, November 17th. It is open to anyone who would like to come out and have ice cream and talk to the seniors about anything they wish. There's a new place in town, so grab a smoothie and grab a bite to eat. Berkshire Blends is the best place around to fulfill your smoothie needs. BWN Reporter Ryan Powers blends and shares a new knowledge about the new restaurant.
Looking for a place to grab a quick smoothie? Well, Berkshire Blends has you covered. Locally owned and run by Florida resident Stephanie Burdick, located right here on Marshall Street in North Adams. Let's head inside and see what Berkshire Blends is all about.
I am Stephanie Burdick, and Berkshire Blends. I opened in May. I do make some pastries, mostly muffins, cookies. The main goal is smoothies, smoothie bowls. Going into winter, I'm trying to do like a weekly soup special, and just starting today, I'm gonna try sandwiches, so soup and sandwich type of thing to get through the cold months. Not everybody wants to drink a cold smoothie when it's like 30 degrees outside. Hoping to just bring in some lunch people. That's kind of the goal for the cold months. Strawberry banana is definitely the most popular. People are comfortable with strawberry banana. Like, who doesn't know about that flavor? My favorite is banana and pineapple. It's sweeter, so. I live on Florida Mountain, so it's just like easy for me to get here. I honestly thought about going into like a bigger city like Pittsfield, just because there's more people, but I don't want to drive to Pittsfield every day. I didn't really have like a big, huge inspiration. I've been wanting to start my own business for years, and just trying to think of something that would sustain itself in North Adams was hard. Definitely a lot of regulars. Obviously over the summer, on the weekends, you get, the groups that were coming into Mass MoCA. Things have kind of calmed down and leveled out since I've been here a few months. It's mostly locals. I actually expected to see more. And this last Fresh Grass Festival, it was super quiet, which is crazy when you have, 1,200 people coming into town that they don't shop anywhere. Well, aside from expanding the menu to the soup and sandwiches, doing seasonal flavors, right now I have the apple cinnamon. I did the pumpkin spice going into Christmas. Kind of thinking a cranberry orange or a chocolate mint. So just kind of keeping with the holidays, do something different to bring people in. Obviously, I'm limited on freezer space. The more I can rotate the flavors and do specials, it'll keep people interested and clearing out my freezers. I do have a loyalty card. If you buy 5 smoothies, you get your 6th one for half price, and then after you buy 5 more, you get one for free. So that would be great for all repeat customers. My way of saying thank you to the people that keep coming back, because really the locals are the ones that are going to keep me in business.
Make sure to stop by Berkshire Blends, located on Marshall Street here in North Adams. I'm Ryan Powers with BWN.
You are interested in hearing more about the politics of Black America, the difficulties of race in the United States, and the challenges we're facing as a democratic society. Dr. Eddie Glaw Jr. will be given a lecture at 7 p.m. on November 17th. As a part of his lecture, he will discuss how the American experience is complex. A Q&A will also be held at 4:15 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the Free Library. An environmental graduate program presentation will be given by Sarah Wilson from Antioch University, New England. The event will be held on November 22nd at 12 p.m. in CSI 121. A new program is rising in popularity. MCLA's radiology program has evolved and is here to stay. I got to explore more about the program with current professors and students. Radiology program at MCLA provides students with more hands-on training than expected. Before getting into the program, students have to have certain requirements to get in. Program Director Julie Walsh speaks more on this topic.
Students, we have a certain classes that the students have to take, A&P, ethics, pre-calc, those are all required classes, along with the general core curriculum that MCLA has. So our students still have to take the 2 creative arts, and they still take 2 human heritages. So we still have the core, but then for the science part, we have specifics. And they also have to get specific grades. So in ethics, a C is required. In A&P1 and A&P2, you have to get a C+ or higher. In Intro to Healthcare, you have to get a C+ or higher. And in order to get in junior year, you have to have an overall GPA of 2.85.
Being in the radiology program requires a lot of work and confidence. Students get to have real-life experiences and do more hands-on work.
Clinical, our students go in scrubs, and they are part of the department. They start working right away. I always tell them the first day that they come in for classes, we don't have fake patients. It's real patients, day one, real sicknesses, real injuries. And so students will work right away. They'll be working with a technologist directly. So that technologist is right next to them as they're doing everything. And they start in the normal phase of learning. They observe first, then they start assisting, and then they start performing. And so what they need to do is get competencies, which are required in order to sit for their boards. And so this semester, our junior students have to get 3 competencies. So they have to perform 3 exams completely on their own. And so during this time, they just start practicing on those exams.
In addition to taking advantage of all opportunities, students have gained a great deal from the program.
Like the clinical experience, working with techs on the site, my teachers are very helpful, and if you have any questions or if you're not understanding something, they have videos, different resources for you to utilize, and then just being in class and speaking with them helps a lot.
Although the program can be challenging at times, students get the opportunity to learn and get a job offer after graduation. This is BWN. I'm Karesha Graham. The Division of Graduate and Continuing Education will be holding a virtual information session about programs including bachelor's degree completion, Masters of Business Administration, and Master of Education, and more. The next virtual session will be on Tuesday, November 29th at 5 p.m. You can attend the event either in North Adams, Pittsfield, or virtually. To RSVP, enter in this link below. Do you love a good laugh? Bright Ideas Brewing at Mass MoCA is hosting a comedy night. The event will be held on Saturday, November 12th at 8 p.m. Tickets will be starting at $15. This past Saturday, popular indie artist Soccer Mommy stopped by Mass MoCA for her U.S. tour. BWN reporter Sarah Tomczyk tuned in and shared how the concert was.
On Saturday, November 5th, Mass MoCA hosted indie rock sensation Soccer Mommy, with Lightning Bug being the opener for the concert. Soccer Mommy, known as Nashville's native Sophia Allison, stopped by North Adams during her U.S. tour. The tour was to promote her new album, Sometimes Forever. Her third album, Sometimes Forever, is an experimental lyrical masterpiece that explores between guitar pop and darker sonic topics with a 90s and early 2000s rock sound. This set list for the concert included 17 songs that were mixed songs from her new album to old hits. Soccer Mommy first performed her first song off the album, Sometimes Forever, called Bones. Throughout the concert, she performed songs such as Circle the Drain, Scorpio Rising, Yellow is the Color of Her Eyes, and more. The event ended with an encore that included 2 songs, which were Don't Ask Me and Your Dog. The opener, Lightning Bug, is also an indie rock band. The band is from New York and consists of 3 members, which are Audrey Kang, Logan Miley, and Kevin Copeland. They performed 7 songs, including their most popular songs, The Right Thing Is Hard to Do, and The Return. Mass MoCA will be hosting more events such as this concert and more throughout the year. If interested, visit massmoca.org for more information. That was all the action at Mass MoCA this past weekend. For Beacon Web News, this is Sarah Tomczyk. Back to you, Karesha.
For more stories, check out the Beacon's new website, theonlinebeacon.com. That was this episode of Beacon Web News. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at MCLA_BWN. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, MCLA Beacon. This is Karesha Graham. Thank you for tuning in and see you next episode.